Excellent. Well, welcome everyone. I'd like to first of all I've been speaking to Victoria for a few weeks, and the lovely Victoria has an amazing consulting coaching business that's helping people phenomenally. She's got a great team, and obviously she wants more leads, more referrals to her amazing business so she can do what God has called her to do, which is to help people have amazing lives. Victoria, by the way, do you want us to call you Vicar? I know you like being called Vicar.
Vika or Victoria, I actually respond to both rather happily.
Excellent, excellent. So, Vic, I would like to introduce you to my amazing business partner, Yoni, who is the brains behind this amazing leads generation software and solution, AI solution that he's going to be demoing for us today. Yoni, over to you. Yeah, please
Well,
go
thanks,
ahead
Julie.
and
Well, hey, Victoria. So nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. Are you also based out of the UK or somewhere
I
else?
am originally from a different UK. I'm from Ukraine, but I live in the US right now.
Oh, you live in the US? I don't know why I thought that you were
But my
British.
daughter, but my daughter did a year in Oxford and she got her master's from King College London. So I love
Wow.
UK. I've been to
amazing.
London one too many times. Yes. So yes.
Right. So who knows, Vika,
Wow.
maybe one of these days when you're in London, we'll meet up.
Would love that. I
Yeah, I'm
love
not
that. It's
too
a
far from central London. I live in
oh,
Surrey. I'm sure you know
okay.
about Surrey, yes.
I know where it is. Sadly for
Yeah,
me, I know
just
exactly where it is.
yeah, I'm just up in Richmond.
Okay, great, great,
Yeah.
great.
Cool. So okay, cool. So you run a coaching business, from my
Mhm.
understanding. What's your main audience? Like, who are you primarily coaching?
We have two very interesting spectrum. We have a lot of light workers, healers, and energy coaches that are striving to serve and can't make ends meet at all. And so we're trying
Oh,
to give them practical, path. And then I personally have only very few one-on-ones that are very high CEOs that have changed everything they possibly could on the planet and feel empty. And so the different spectrum from that is that mindful entrepreneurs that have managed success and they're looking for spiritual fulfillment. So those are the two spectrums that we're bridging based through all of our programs and services.
very cool. And you're primarily getting these clients, like, how are you currently getting them today?
Every single client we've gotten was just my personal connection. So we've never
Oh,
done,
very
well,
cool.
it's not true. We've had a team that we hired for 3 months to use social media for cold lead gen. We were not very happy with the approach. Very hardworking, wonderful team. Very happy with them as people. We found our inability to translate the concept to them, that it would translate further to the social media. That's where the gap was. And so there was a room for improvement, I'm sure, on our end to know how to explain better to them what it is that we do so they could then help to monetize it on their end. And so we put a pause on that. And that's actually where I met with Theory and we've picked up there to just kind of look at and explore different ways of learning how to get into the cold lead business. So none,
Cool.
none, none, none.
Cool. And so I think new leads could be hopefully be very helpful. What's your website right now? I'm
It's
assuming you have a website.
u2shine.com, yu number two shine.com.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Nice. So you're primarily getting people here through social media, and but
Personal
the idea
connection.
is obvious to right. No, but with the agency you hired, that was it. Oh, so okay, so you offer sessions with many different many different coaches.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'll give you a bit of a background as to what we're doing here at Relays. But basically, we have an AI. How it works is that it learns about your business, and the way it learns about it is it'll look at everything about your on your website, any kind of reviews you might have gotten. It'll look at let me actually pull up a demo here, but it'll look up look at any reviews you might have gotten. It'll also learn from counseling sessions that your therapist, your sorry, your coaches are doing, on a daily or a weekly basis. Just getting all this information, and it's using all this information to one, create really good content on your website, on your socials that are going to drive traffic, and two, to actually sell people on your website to actually get them to book with one of your coaches. So you can kind of think about it as like training a really like high performer salesperson and marketer on your business, except way more impactful and a fraction of the cost. So let me show you what I'm talking about here, just to get a little bit of an example of just what the sales element of this looks like here.
And
So,
Vic,
okay, so this is yeah.
oh, sorry. I just wanted to say that I hadn't shown any demo to Vicar because I wanted you to have the pleasure of doing that. So, Vicar, you're going to be blown away by what this AI solution will be able to basically.
Actually, I got to tell you, I'm already blown away by the way this young man's brain works because, of course, I've scanned the energy, and it's like the macrocosm meet microcosm, which is really phenomenal. So, the things that blow me away will not be the things that you expect will blow me away, but just being inside your brain is phenomenal. So, yes, it's good fun.
Vicar, you're amazing how you
All right.
pick up energies. Absolutely.
This call is recorded, so I'm going to show this to my wife. So,
Yeah, well, if you stop giving her
I'm gonna,
advice and tell her she's
instead of getting
awesome,
into
it'll
an
be all
argument with my wife,
resolved
I'm
as
going to show a
well.
recording of this. What you have to say. Is...
All right.
That's true. Yeah. Cool. Here, 1 second. I think. Can I rejoin the Zoom in 1 second? I see my 1 second. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so whilst he's away, I just had why am I looking so pale now? I look
Now,
like
does Yoni have any family? Unless it's an assumption, it seems like a Jewish name. Does he have any family in Israel? Is he okay? Are they okay? Is everything okay there?
I did ask him, and I asked some of my team members who I collaborate with, and most I will let you know, most of the people that I do work with in my team are based in Israel,
Yeah.
and everyone seems to be good. They're away from the danger, which is fantastic, but obviously, it has disrupted a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And we just keep them in our prayers and in our thoughts, obviously.
That's tough. Yeah,
So
this too shall pass.
it shall. I was just looking at the responses that you gave to me while we're waiting for Yoni to come back in. There's definitely a lot of room
Sorry
to.
to interrupt. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
laughing because it said 5 times. I'm like, no. Since my performance is 0 for cold lead, 5 times is still 0. So we are not going to go down that path.
So it will definitely
gonna
be more than
multiply the
5
cold.
times.
Hey, I'm
You
back.
you can't 5 times 0, right?
Yeah, I mean, all day long it just still is. So it's funny.
Hey, sorry about that. So yeah, it's funny. I actually just got a new computer because my computer started having issues. But what's going to happen is Daniel's going to lead the demo, and I'm going to narrate. So he'll just show everything on his screen, and how it should work. Daniel, you there?
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up right now.
Hey, Daniel.
Right.
Hi, how are you?
How long have you been in counseling, by the way, Victoria, and coaching?
Well, paid for it for about 15 years, unpaid since I was 2. Is the honest answer. So, but the business that as is right now is 10 years old. So a decade exactly.
Oh, wow. And you started in Ukraine, or you started?
No, I started in the U.S. It started kind of funny. I was #1 agent in the state for real estate while homeschooling my kids and not working on Sunday. So people wanted to know the big secret. So I started first doing business consulting and then added energy shifts and all of that. So always worked just by referral.
Oh, very nice. Wow, that's awesome. That's so
Mm.
cool. I also want to learn the secret. I okay, cool. So Daniel's going to be showing us on his screen. I'll be talking you through it, but essentially there's two aspects right now to what we're doing at New Leads. One aspect is traffic generation. So the idea is to tell your story, to create really good content around it on your website, on socials, and in order to get more people to come to your website. And then also using what we learn about your business in order to actually sell people on different coaches or different kinds of services that you offer. So this is kind of like a AI, cute little AI demo that just going to walk you through like, the beginning of it. And then you'll actually get to see what it would be like on your site. So um, cool. So okay, so let's start, Daniel. So yeah, it'll engage your visitors. Is possibility coach something that you offer that's like a service on your site?
Yeah, no, I am paying attention to the choice of the language selection. Shine brighter, glow. This is pretty remarkable. Yep.
Cool. Cool. All right. Let's take her. So yeah, it'll understand your customers. The idea here is that how this works. Maybe you've seen chats before, live chats before, but this is different. This AI is actually going to pop out and actually speak to your clients and try to understand them, try to understand what issues they're having, and then show them how your coaching sessions, you or your the coaches that you work with, are going to be the best like fit for them. It's going to show how great they are. It's going to show even case studies if you have those. It also collect case studies in order to really make the sale. And it'll ultimately, it can work two ways. So currently, when they want to book a session, what does that look like? They just book a time and date directly on your website, or do they call you first or call somebody first? How does that work right now?
Directly on the website. There
Oh,
isn't
cool.
a sales call or anything. It's just that if they find, if they're usually, as I said, what happens, it's just simple as it is. A coach works with a client sends their friend to their site. I work with a client, they send them to my subscription page. So we, once again, do not have a sales process beyond referral.
Okay, cool, cool. So they're booking directly on the calendar, basically, and okay, cool. All right, so let's start the demo. So you can see over here, it's popping up. And by the way, you can speak any language, so you can engage, people worldwide. Do you primarily work? Are you planning on primarily working with people in the States or also like
We
throughout
have
Europe?
we have English, Ukrainian, Russian, and Finnish languages so
Cool.
far.
So by the way, based off wherever the person is, it'll choose that language, and then also they can manually click that American flag over there. Right now it's in English. It's showing an American flag, and
Mm-hmm.
they can pick a different language. But let's keep it on English for now. So scroll up, Daniel, all the way. Um, so yeah, so it's right away. It's going to pop up and say, hello there, and right now what it's done. This is a demo, so it's not going to be fully in depth. I don't think you'll know so much about the coaches you work with or every single service you offer, but this is just primarily what the AI has learned from on your website and maybe a few reviews. So did you know that's the only thing standing between you and your best life is, well, you? But don't worry, that's where we come in and empower Me Academy. Are you interested in exploring our coaching and training programs to help you uncover your inner potential? So let's click yes. So right now I'm qualified, right? So I've just told the sales assistant that I'm interested, and now it's going to actually try to sell me by figuring out maybe exactly more what it is that I'm looking for. Um, could you share what specifically you're hoping to achieve or improve throughout your coaching and training programs? So personal growth, career development, emotional well-being. Like, which one should we choose? Which one do you like us to test out?
Doesn't matter. Let's do personal growth.
Okay, very cool. And by the way, the type here section also it's for support. So or anything else that they might be curious about. So anything on your website, maybe you can ask a very specific question like right away, like do you offer like personal growth coaches, or do you have any case studies, or whatever they want to type in there, it'll immediately just start speaking with them. But the way it's built is that it actually suggests answers to really lead the conversation and get people to ultimately book with one of your coaches. Can you tell me more about what areas of personal growth you're interested in? For example, are you looking to improve your self confidence, your emotional intelligence, perhaps something else? And they could also type whatever they'd like to over there. So it isn't like it's pre-coded or pre-programmed or anything like that. It's really just flowing with the
Absolutely.
user itself. So let's do self-confidence because I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's for me. um, so So that's wonderful area to focus on. Boosting self-confidence can truly transform your life. We have proven track record of helping individuals. And now what it's doing is it's showing this client, John. I don't know if John's a real person you've helped, but basically it's just a demo. So it could be found that on your site or somewhere. It could be it hadn't, but this is where it actually show like
Mm-hmm.
John's story now. And this is all collected through our app. You basically, I'll speak about that in a second, but it would actually show, people you've helped with self-confidence issues. One of our clients, John, was struggling with self-confidence, but after our coaching sessions, he was able to confidently deliver a keynote speech at a major conference. We'd like to hear more about how we can help you boost your self-confidence. So this is where I'm curious to see how, because this is just a demo. It's obviously not really plugged in. Like, you click yes, but it's not obviously like plugged in with everything, everything you're doing. But this is where maybe it would now show, coaches that maybe specifically help with self confidence. And again, this is all customizable. So if you think there's a different flow it should do, it's right now taking its best guess. But it would like, you could totally like customize it any way you'd like. But now it's just doing it the way it thinks it should do it. Um, so we use a variety of techniques, including emotional freedom techniques, which have been, is that true, by the way? Do you use something like this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Which have been proven to help individuals overcome self doubt and build confidence. Would you like to schedule a free consultation to discuss this further? So I don't know if you're doing free consultations with coaches or you're going right in for the kill.
We usually, I mean, as I said, we haven't done, we've just had people choose the program, so I don't know whether there is a possibility to do that or whether we need to be including free consults. So, yeah.
Okay, darn Zoom. Um, but I was just saying, yeah, it would actually now show you coaches to select from, and you could, I don't know, how are they currently checking out? Are they paying directly on your website, or is this
Paying directly on the website. They're paying directly on the website, and then once they pay, the coach contacts to schedule. So that's how it's been working.
Oh, cool. So the coach
So
then
if they
reaches out
leave their
one
name
on
and
one to
number and
schedule.
phone, that's great too, because I could match, I could have somebody match them with coaches, or, I would need to
Um,
learn what it does and how it does it.
so
And whether
we
there's a
eventually
possibility
will
to
have.
match if it does such an amazing job, also whether there's a possibility to say, would you be interested in one of these services, and or to learn more, schedule a consult,
Yeah, for sure. So we could do either. We eventually will have checkout directly
Yeah.
from the chat, so they can do it like that. But probably the best way to do it right now, it would suggest a coach or a few coaches. They'd pick one that they
Mhm.
resonate with,
Yeah.
and then they would leave their contact information, and then maybe someone then like finishes that, or it could also just link to that coach's website to actually book, or the section on
Mhm.
the website. It could be like, here, click here to get there. But then that would already take you off the chat, so I'm not sure you'd want that. But there's a few ways to do it. If you want them to leave their information and then you call them to close, that's one way. Or again, the link. Or in the future, we will have like a checkout directly from the chat, so they can just click the
Mhm.
person they're interested in, and then just pay.
Mhm.
What
Very
do you think
cool.
so far?
I think it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm glad. And this is just one part of it. This is to do the sale itself. Um, One cool thing is that how our app works is that how many people is your company coaching? Like, how many customers are coming in monthly, would you say, at this point?
Oh, I have a consistent subscription of about 150, and then each coach probably does, hmm, let's say 2, 3 on average sessions a day. So, and there are 10, so 30. So I would say, I don't know, probably 200 to 300 people,
Wow,
yeah,
amazing.
about that. Yeah.
So we have this survey. It's how it works is that it's totally like custom. It's all AI. It's totally custom to your business. And every time that you've helped somebody, or you finished a coaching section or session, or really probably more like they've overcome something that they were working on, that your coaches helped them, they would fill out the survey, and that survey basically turns into like a case study. so to speak. It kind of trains our AI about the people you've helped, and then it can start creating blogs automatically. Like, we're happy to have helped, like, like people with self-esteem this month, like, and it shows like maybe a few people you've helped with, or like, or it also shows up in the actual chat over here. So, when you say you want, you need help with, let's say, self-esteem issues, it shows the same way it showed John, who was, had issues with like public speaking. It actually show maybe even a photo of John, if you were a real person, and tell his story a bit, and who helped him. So the idea is that we're trying to really tell stories here. So, the AI right now, it's obviously not connected to your actual coaches. It doesn't know the actual people you're helping, the actual stories, but that would be, that's what an integration would look like. We basically just, put in all the coaches you have. How many coaches did you say you have?
We have 10 altogether, 8 that
Perfect.
work in Empower Me program, and then the others are just unique venues. So
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so we put in the coaches, the descriptions, and their actual specialties, and then also whenever you're helping, whenever they help somebody, that would be also affiliated with that coach, and they fill out that survey. So we get a lot of really cool success stories, so to speak, on your website. The sales chat would be referencing it, and ultimately it'll help you book a lot more people.
pretty great.
Cool, cool. So yes, that's pretty much the platform right now. In a nutshell, where we're taking this in the future is that, anytime someone leaves their email, let's say, it'll do automatic follow up with them. So it'll send them, like, relevant success stories you've had that is similar to what they were looking for, and kind of keep them in the loop, so to speak, for forever. Also, we have a social media post. So if you'd like to turn that on, that basically means that, like, whenever you're helping people, like, it'll basically, the AI will learn from that and then create social media content even around those people you've helped. So the same way, just probably make something up over there about John, it would tell true stories, and include photos and put that on your socials. But there's a lot of ways we can there's a lot of different ways to a lot of different things we can do about this. We could do with this for coaching.
Yoni, I just have a question. Would you recommend for Vickers business to have all the consultants have access to new leads so that they can get testimonials and referrals? Sorry, testimonials from their own clients?
It's probably, it could be. I probably wouldn't necessarily do it. Like, actually, yes, probably yes. That makes sense. We yeah, that'd probably be the
Because
best
then
way to do it.
that could free up Vika. Because on my first call with her, one of the issues that we did talk about is right now she's time strapped as any business
Yeah,
person
sure.
is. And so if we can find a way to get her team to be doing some of the, getting some of those testimonials, and then have them fed into the system on clockwork, then that will free up Vika from not having to chase up.
For sure.
So many consultants and so many calls per day.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's
So
really set it and forget it.
maybe,
So
yeah. Do you want to
we,
just
we
go through with her about the advantage of having an account that allows other, consultants to actually have access to the software?
Yeah, sure. So what it would look like is, first of all, everything is set and forget. So, on your end, like, there's not really much you need to do. You just kind of, we work in the beginning on making sure the chat is what it needs to be, and that, or the surveys are proper. But what happens then is basically all your coaches, whenever they feel like they've really helped someone, they can just send them a link, like, hey, can you just fill this out, and tell us a bit about how we've helped you. Or they can even fill it out themselves, by the way. They don't necessarily need the customer to do it, but they just basically click a few buttons, and the AI already knows about the consultant, and it already knows about it already knows about your business. So it wouldn't, it's really just a few questions. They can also leave a video testimonial if they want, using on that link. But but it's going to then turn that into content. So, like I guess my point is that like um, your consultants, your coaches, there's not really much they have to do on their end. Just whenever they've finished working with a client, or the client is overcome something impressive, they could just send them the survey, and that will turn into that'll turn into content, and that will help train the AI and everything.
The question that I have is, so this is the point where people come to the website. What would AI do to bring them to the website? My understanding from what we're having here is that it creates some content, and I assume the content brings people back to the site. But is there a mechanism of driving traffic to the AI, or because we're kind of still at square one? It's just the people coming to the site that are already coming to the site, but now of course they're engaged at the site. How does that work?
Sure. So the AI is very good at building like long-term SEO. And the way it works is that really what Google wants to see, they want to see that your company has a lot of experience, that you guys are experts, that you guys are very authoritative and trustworthy. Like that's basically their guidelines. It's called EEAT. And the way our AI works, really unlike any kind of other AI, is that it's not generic. It really learns about your business. It really learns about all the people you're helping, all the coaches you have, and what makes your business special. And it's going to create content around success stories, like people you've helped. It will create lots of blogs that reference the people you've helped, and this is very, for the long term, going to really help you with SEO and getting a lot of people organically to come to the website. That being said, it does take some time to build up kind of organic, but it's very powerful once it happens. What we normally suggest when people start using the sales bot is is basically to probably run like some campaigns in the beginning. Start maybe using different channels to try to bring a lot more traffic more immediately, because the SEO is great, but it usually takes a couple months to start like kicking off, because it really takes time to build up that presence. So what you'd see is when you actually start bringing traffic to your website, is that your ROI, like your return on normally on paid, is going to be much higher, because you're going to be converting a lot more people into actual booked appointments with your coaches. So you're going to see a very big effect there as well.
Okay, great. Yep.
So really, Vika, what we'll be doing with you is primarily in the first 3 months is to look at running, well, initially really open up the boot of your car, so to speak, and have a look at the engine. So hence why the questions that I posed for you to provide me with, because doing it organically, it's going to take longer. Of course, there's the long-term benefit, but what we want to do is to hit the ground running. So we'll be looking at, in the first 2 to 3 months, running paid ads. Okay, and that's something that we can talk about, the best platforms, whether it's going to be on YouTube, do YouTube ads, or do Facebook. But we do need to have paid ads, because those get the best and quickest results, whilst the bot, whilst the sales assistant is learning your website, it's learning your how people are coming onto the site and how it begins to communicate with them. Yeah.
Very good. No, I'm
So it'll
excited
be a
to
stage by stage systematic walk through on and hand-holding, should I say, process, to be able to get you the results within the first 3 months. So that'll be our main focus, and then allowing the AI to do its work organically after that. From then on, from time to time, we may run some ads, just to bolster those numbers, to bolster the leads coming through to your website. But from then on, the sales assistant has got it. But I always recommend having a combination of both, that is organic and paid ads. That's why they're there too, and together they do wonders. But initially, like Yoni said, to get the engine all nicely oiled up, we will need to run some ads, out of the gate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Learning something new is always interesting.
Yoni, do you have anything else that you want to add about other features that we will be introducing initially? I mean, we've talked about using having the coaches being able to get testimonials. We've also talked about how the sales assistant learns on the job, learns the website, learns how the business works and how it's creating content. And that's very important for you to note, Vika. It is actively creating content every time those testimonials are obtained. So it'll be something that you'll need to really emphasize to your coaches, that once they have finished with a client, they need to obtain those testimonials, because that will be the fuel that Google will want and Google loves, to be able to create the SEO effect. So your website starts to rank for those keywords that you use, and really for what you're good at doing. You want people to be able to find you organically, but we also want to be able to use ads to help the traffic go to your website, so that there's more clients and more testimonials. Do you see how it holistically works together?
Yeah.
We need to get the traffic onto your website, the new traffic, as you correctly said. We want the new traffic, new people, new blood coming onto your website. And then as you and your team convert them into clients and testimonials, that's where the magic really begins to go to the next level. Because now then the sales assistant can then turn that into organic traffic and organic content.
Absolutely. Also, by the way, a lot of the way the case studies work, the success stories, is that we have a link you can even send out. Basically, once we onboard you, we'd work on that survey, exactly what it looks like, and basically it's kind of if then. So like depending on who they worked with, it'll ask them different questions, and really learn about the effect the coaching had. And that's how that's how the content is initially made. That's how the AI is trained. But we can already send this out even to once we make the survey, to all your existing customers even that you think should receive this link. So it's not necessarily something that needs to start from when you would start, but it's also something that could happen for everyone you have helped so far, so you get that initial boost and really good content.
So, question I have, like, if there's a link to the survey, I could, as I said, I have that. My biggest focus really is to grow the subscription to Quantum Freedom and Empower Me Academy. So we have over 100 active participants, and we want to grow that subscription and so if paid subscription, so they are also in the group. If I were to post the survey in the group, would they be able to go to it and fill it out and it would do it automatically, or do I have to do individual survey? How does that work? Is that
Good question.
a generic survey, or yeah?
Yeah, so we could technically it could be done either way, but we do, it's a generic link where they would
Okay.
basically just answer a few more questions. And basically, the reason why we'd have personalized links is if we already know enough about the service. So maybe we could use that going forward. But yeah, you could put in a generic link, and within a minute you have the surveys from each person.
Amazing. Yeah, because I mean, if from my own curiosity, I'd like to ask, there's so many, and we can do more than one survey, right? for these. For example, we can do a survey for program of 2 running programs now, and we can have a survey for all coaches, or is it one survey?
It's right now. So right now, the way it is one survey, but they could just
Okay,
select which program they've benefited from, and then the questions
got
are
it.
related
Got
to
it.
that.
Okay, great. That's great. That's very helpful. Because I mean, I'm out of curiosity. I mean, I would like to say, they all love the Empower Me Academy, but what is your favorite program in those? Because we have several live programs going, and
Oh,
you know,
sure, sure.
what's been the biggest shift? And you came feeling this way. How do you feel now? That
Right.
would be really cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Like going forward, the coaches can send out links that would be already personalized to that coach and the kind of the
Yeah.
services they do. But going back, it's like they could just, let's say, also send a link. You'd send a link that they would actually just select which coach, let's say, and then the questions would be relevant to that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it'd be more generic going backwards, but going forward, each let's say each coach or each different program could have a different link even that would be more relevant to that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll kind of see it like that during the onboarding when we create the survey together.
Mm-hmm.
That's really when we set this up, that's really where the time most of the time is spent is just figuring out what the AI should be learning from the people you work with. But it really even that just takes like 20 minutes. It's just a lot of like questioning.
mm.
Well,
So
and I'm sure
Yoni,
nothing is set in stone. So if we find something that coulda, should have done better, we can go back and adjust, I assume. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
mhm. I just have a question, Yoni. Does that mean that currently we have a generic like questionnaire, and then from there it branches out depending on what Vicar wants people to answer?
Yeah,
So it can then branch out to one-on-one coaching, or it can branch out to, as she mentioned, the subscription component for those who are within the subscription program, and then they then flow out and begin to answer questions on the subscription service, and then those who are on the one-on-one uh, uh, one-on-one consultations can then answer those questions. Is that
yeah, for sure.
correct?
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
All
So
right.
it's like a tree almost. Like you decide what you
Yes.
want to take down that branch, so to speak.
Yeah. And it's good what you brought up, Vika, that you know as you progress within your different services, you may include other branches as well, for people to to get to provide feedback to yourself and obviously to the sales assistant, so that it can build up that credibility and that reputation online for you, as well as their SEO. Actually, that 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 has just reminded me of another feature as well. Yoni, if you could just touch on the benefit of Vika's business being able to build up on reviews and reputation on my
Yeah, sure.
Google My Business.
So yeah, so the platform takes two kinds of reviews. One is that during the survey, people can actually like leave a video testimonial. So they can actually record themselves speaking into like when they click on the survey, especially if they're on their phones, they can just record themselves also saying some things, and the AI will also like give them ideas about what to say based off their response. And that will go on your website. So you'll have like where it creates a lot of content about the people you've helped. There'll be a lot of really cool videos. But also there's a separate link you could send people, and you'll basically let them create Google reviews for you. So that's also really cool feature because Google reviews are very helpful to also get you to rank and build trust with people before they even get to your website.
Another question I have, so for example, I have a profile on Amazon, right? As an author profile on Amazon.
Mhm.
One of my books has 60 reviews. They're not tied to the site in any way now, I don't believe. Would hate for those to fall through. Is there a possibility to include those? what would your advice be on that for the AI
Is this
purpose?
for a book that you're not offering on your website? It's for a separate product, so to speak?
Well, I think it's mentioned on the website, but with a link to Amazon, because we distribute it only through Amazon, and we
Ah,
distribute all of our journals through Amazon.
I see. So it would
And I have an app.
it,
I have two apps. I have two apps that are also products are on the website, but they're they're not they're not trackable on website. They're trackable in Google Store and App Store and so forth. I
gosh,
assume AI would lean into that just on the site only, correct? It does not track where they're
yeah,
going
it
to
probably
find.
yeah. Right now, it wouldn't see like let's say Amazon reviews, especially if it's not for um like you would only see reviews specifically associated with your business and
Okay.
right now, but we will be adding like features for you to actually teach it on separate like more specific things like websites and stuff like that. So in the future, it would be able to do that.
Okay. Just curious what it can at this point do and what it is learning to do.
Right now, it's primarily learning on through your current online presence, like specifically of your website, of any current Google reviews you have, of maybe what some other websites have to say about you. Like if you were to Google your website, what comes up about you? So that's what it would learn from now.
Mm.
In the future, it'll learn from current Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, Twitter posts, things like that in the very coming future. And then it also learns right now based off the actual people you're helping. So all those surveys are going to basically train the AI to learn, to get a very big, very clear idea of your business and your coaches and your customers and all of that on an ongoing basis.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, interesting to learn for sure.
It's
Um,
just I'm meeting myself. So I guess in summary, really, it's learning. It's hearing. It's listening to any mention of you to shine and yourself, and I guess your consultants as well, as long as they are on the Google platform. And then obviously in the near future, it'll be able to almost read and collect information about you to shine what people are saying on other platforms as well. So
It's
that's
kind of
really
great because
exciting.
I have over 180 interviews, and all of those will have you to shine as a link
Mm.
on all of the interviews, and I'm pretty sure they all pop up on Google and on YouTube. I have a playlist of interviews on YouTube, so
That's good. Yoni, what does our sales assistant do with regards to the Google platform, the YouTube platform? Will it be able to pick up any mention of you to shine and Vika from YouTube content that's on
um,
Google?
it would be able to pick up on some of it right now. It's a little more it's less structured at this point, so it'll pick up whatever it could find. Let's say on the first page of Google,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but it wouldn't be so in depth at this point. But
Mm-hmm.
it will be in the next few weeks. We're also adding the ability to create a short form video for YouTube, so that's going to be really helpful as well. So that means is that like if customers are leaving video testimonials right now, that will send to you could have that sent to YouTube automatically, but our AI is going to in the next month also create like short form like videos based off that, like collages and like things like that that might be cute. It's probably better to have a really structured kind of YouTube approach, but for some businesses it's helpful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's just fantastic that it's got, the feature for people to record videos, because that would be great content for you, Vika,
Yeah.
for, little
I
shorts.
hope so, because a lot of the work we do, as you can imagine, is very private.
Oh, okay. Yes, of
It's
course.
very few people come out and have, oh yeah, I'm schizophrenic or I'm
Oh,
bipolar.
so you know
People
what?
don't normally like to flag that one
Absolutely,
out.
yeah,
absolutely.
So, but I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah,
there'll be
Video.
some
yeah.
that you will be
But I'm sure
okay.
that they can say, just, the work that your team has done to help them. They don't
Yeah.
have to go into specifics.
And also, so what we've had people do, I didn't realize it was that personal. My bad. Yeah. So video testimonials might not be the best move, but we can anonymize names, so that's one
Yes.
option. So
I
it could
think
get,
some of
you
it
know,
will be that, but some of them, the ones that, like I can think of some that will do it immediately because that's more of a standard. I was broke and homeless and now I own a beach home.
wow,
Yay, you can do it
Yeah.
too. That is great, but the real help I think that we do is so private.
Mm,
Actually,
for sure.
we had one client that had my coach sign a complete non-disclosure and non-mention because of who they are and where they are. They are
mhm.
on complete non-disclosure. As a matter of fact, if they were to
Wow.
mention to anybody they work with them, we would be sued as a company. So I'm sitting here going like, let me tap through the video testimonials
Yeah,
because it's just,
Wow.
yeah,
but it's a balance of things. I'm sure it'll balance itself out. I'm sure of that.
yeah, yeah. There's always those people who do, who feel that their suffering has, is a benefit to others, to
Yeah.
humanity, and
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
um, those people are, they not, there's no right, there's no wrong, but thank God for those people who do come out with their tragic stories, because that gives strength to those who are also suffering, or have, or are going through the same thing. So yeah, you will find those hopefully, who
Sure,
will
I'm
give their
sure. I'm sure we
testimonials.
will.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. That'll be fun.
Cool. Well, do you have any other questions? I can help with right now.
I can't think of any right now. I just like the newness of it. Well, I guess from a technical side of things, when you talk about onboarding and incorporating AI, does it work as a plugin? Do I need to be connecting you to somebody who like what is the access point for the website? How does that work?
Sure. Um, is your website's on WordPress or something else? Do you know?
I believe it's WordPress.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So we have a WordPress plugin. It's a native plugin, and that lets us post content and manage it.
Okay.
So there's two ways that we generally do it. One, either the business, so you guys would give us access,
Yep.
and we just
Mhm.
go in and do it, or we can do it with your web guy or girl, and do it like that
Yep. I
and
think
walk
I'll
them
do
through it.
I'll talk to her and she will probably create a one password
Yeah.
access for you to the side so then it's both protected and you're not limited to her availability. I think that's what I'll ask her to do. For
Yeah.
that I
Cool.
would probably, from my understanding, what she would need from that once we get to that is your, I believe it's email and names, right? That's
Yes. Exactly.
mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a technical person. I know my buttons. Help, help, help.
Well, that's good, and I think, having knowing what you're good at, and knowing where you need help is the beginning of success. And we're here to fill in those blanks to help you, so that you're free to do what you're good at and what you've been called to do, which is to help people have phenomenal lives.
It's wonderful. Well, send me then the information and what the next steps are. I'm excited to see how this works. I just, in you to shine eyes for innovation. So we are always looking out for new innovation in everything, and that makes me excited to be studying how this will work.
Right. What is that innovation bit that you mentioned just now, Vika?
So when you look at you to shine, our
Yes.
company pillars are each in that word as well. And so I in you to shine is innovation. And the way
Oh,
we look at
yes.
it as inspiration plus implementation equals innovation.
Yes,
Inspiration
yes,
without
yes.
implementation is delusion. Implementation without inspiration is disaster. But inspiration with implementation is innovation. So yes, so anything that's new, we're excited to look into all areas of life, and that is very aligned with the values. So I know the team will be happy to see that we are trying this out.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay, awesome. And so what I will do is send over to you the details of how we can get started. And then obviously if you have any questions for myself or for Yoni, just reach out to me. Any technical questions, again, reach out to me, and I will be liaising with the dev team, the technical team from there.
All right,
Okay,
sounds
awesome.
wonderful.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much for your time. I really appreciate meeting you, Victoria, and Theory. It's always a pleasure.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Daniel, and thank you, Yoni. And I'll be in touch with everyone later on. It's evening here, but there's no rest for the righteous. So I'll be sending
Oh,
over.
you've changed it. I like that. That's a good adaptation right there. The girl knows
But it's
her
true,
scriptures.
isn't
There's
it?
no rest for the righteous.
Yes, there's no rest for the righteous. The
There
world
is. It's called
needs
Shabbat or
us.
Sabbath, by the way, but that's okay, depending on your path for the rest. It's advisable.
Well, they
All
do
right, I
say that
appreciate
idle, that saying, idle hands. What is it? What's that
yeah,
scripture?
lazy hands, idle hands. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to be busy as the righteous, right?
You know,
Anyway,
this will make you smile. This will make you smile. I did like a 30-second blurb a while back on what righteous is. And I'm like, who's righteous? I mean, somebody who messes up less than you. I mean, what is, and I came to a very simple definition. Righteous is the one who exercises right to love no matter what, period. You have right to judge or right to love.
exactly.
Wicked judge, righteous love. There you go.
Exactly. And I would like to go a step further and actually say that the righteous are those who do recognize their shortcomings and they're working on them.
Yeah, there you go. We're ready.
Yeah.
Yoni, we need a new AI, the final judgment AI.
All right, everybody, it's been absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed this call. And if everybody has any questions, please post them to me. And I'll be reaching out to everyone later on today.
Okay. So
Awesome.
nice to see you both, and okay, we'll talk. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.